Hey everyone, I'm going to do a little video on who am I. Now where this is coming from is us trans guys, we have like a community on YouTube, and we've also branched out to Facebook. And so watching videos here in the past few months of guys who just started TM, watching their journey, I've noticed that some of the comments they've made on their videos is that they're more agitated and they're more frustrated, and their temper gets a little, well, they have more of a temper. And first of all, that was one of the things I looked at prior to T to see if those things would change, and it was a myth. In the FTM guide, I believe it's Hudson's guide, they talk about all that being a myth. But I want to talk about a life experience, and I'm going to talk about me. Use me as an example, because I truly feel it is a myth. But here's what we got to ask ourselves, okay? A lot of people, including myself, are so excited to start testosterone that sometimes we get caught up in the moment and think that this is a miracle drug and that everything's going to go away that we have encountered or had to deal with our whole lives. Just not so. We have to take a look at ourselves, because although we're all trans guys and we have a common field, which is testosterone, and some of our changes are all common, such as hair, facial changing, voice, muscles, those kind of things. A lot of times guys don't talk about emotions or their behavioral responses to life. And so what I'm hearing in these videos that I'm watching is that it's not the testosterone, because I'm looking at the demeanor of the person and thinking, well, maybe this person had these issues prior to T, but didn't recognize them as adamant as they are being on T, if that's even the right word. So I'm going to use myself as an example, because I don't want anybody getting upset or if you're taking it personal, then you're not getting the message, because I'm not attacking anybody. I'm trying to open up a door for some people who don't know how to look at themselves or who have blocked, how do I want to say this? Well, plain and simple, kind of like they've closed their eyes to themselves and their life because they were so miserable on the inside. And so what they find is being on T, those issues are still there, but they might be a little bit more escalated. And I'll go into what my theory is on why they escalate. So I was born in a home, I'm the oldest of 5. And my parents were very young when they had started having a family. And so basically how I talked to my mom about our childhood is that they grew up along with us. Now my mom's got a German background, and I think you're going to know where I'm going with this. Neither parent was an abusive, violent parent. I want to state that. However, they had issues in their lives that caused them to react physically in their angers. So they would be at each other. Now, my dad never really hurt my mom when I was around. And I don't recall ever seeing my mom with bruises or black eyes. He basically just kind of blocked anyway. So us kids, 5 kids, we kind of learned how to handle things, that when we got pissed enough, we fought. And we usually did that with each other. And no, we didn't go tattle to mom, we just handled it. So, here I am reaching puberty, and I'm really getting tired of them fighting. And I'm all messed up with my sexual orientation. And because of my upbringing in the church, has confused me even more. But I get into this relationship right out of high school, and this person is 7, 8 years older than I am, and from the church, sister church, and so we have this relationship, and because of the biblical quotes and scriptures and stuff, there was always a question. We didn't live a normal gay life. We dated guys too, so we wouldn't be pointed at as lesbians. I really didn't even know what gay was, and either did she. But now talking about it in a present tense, I've learned a lot since then, so I say that. But it got so bad that she ended up cheating on me, and I couldn't handle it, and it was a guy. And because she saw in me Ethan, but didn't know it was Ethan, and I never talked about it because I thought it was just always so weird, you know. But I ended up selling the house, selling my share of the house, and moving out. But I had no one to talk to. So what happened with me was, when I'd have my bouts of hurt and crying, I'd self-inflict. I've hit telephone. In fact, I hit a telephone pole so hard, or a picture frame, that I busted this knuckle. And the doctor that looked at this knuckle said it was the worst boxer's fracture he had ever seen. I had put it under these bones in a C shape. So now this knuckle, you see my fingers crooked, because my knuckle goes this way. So after a while, I realized that that wasn't the way to handle things. I was just hurting myself, and no, I wasn't hurting her. So I had to learn to control that. And now that I have started taking testosterone, one of the things I looked up and researched was the myth of, or the theory that testosterone causes or elevates tempers and all that stuff. So in Hudson's FTM Guide, I think it's called, it says it's a myth. And I'm here before you to say it's a myth, because I did not go back in time where I had a temper. Now, although we're all trans guys in this community and we're sharing our lives with each other, we are also individuals. We all have different upbringings. We all have different approaches to life, reactions, responses. We all are individuals in that way. And the way we carry ourselves and the way that we absorb hurt and pain is all individualism. It doesn't have to do with hormones. Now, hormones to me, and this is just my theory, they tell the body that it needs bigger muscle for testosterone. It needs bigger muscles because it's the primate, okay? You're the one who has to take care of things. It doesn't get emotionally attached a whole lot, because why? Because they got to be able to go and hunt and not have emotion with it. Now, the estrogen in women are the ones who say, hey, I need you to be prepared, because one day you're going to have a baby. You need to be able to carry it on your hip, and also you need to carry the emotions of the family. You need to be sensitive to the children. You need to be able to multitask and do all the little things around the house. And actually, you are the brains of the house. Not saying guys are stupid, but they have to be able to, manipulate things if they need to, and balance things. So there's a difference in the hormones, but basically the hormones create our body to the sex that the hormone you're taking. So testosterone to male, estrogen to female. But you got to jump back, and you got to take a look at yourself prior to T. What kind of person were you? Were you an emotional, depressed, the glass is half empty kind of person? Or were you a person who pushed through things and saw the glass half full and just knew, one day things would work out? Well, let's go back to me. So I'm in this relationship. I have no one to talk to. I have my times where I'm really hurt and crying because I miss her, and I self-inflict. Then I learned that's not the route to go. One things I always said to myself, and I'll use Bible quotes to my life, and one of the things I used to always have faith in is that she will reap what she sows. Just to put it in there, she has. But anyway, so I became a person who started looking at my demeanor, my person, my persuade, whatever it's called, and how I respond and react to things. And it's taken me 30 years to really get balance, and there's still things that I work on every day. Number one, I always want to fix things. When anybody leans on my shoulder emotionally, I want to fix it for them, or I want to protect them. Well, that's not what they need. 9 times out of the 10, they just need to know that you're there and that they just have your support. I'm learning that. It's been a long process because I was codependent. I can honestly say I'm not codependent anymore. When Tony and I came together, I was not codependent with Tony. Tony handled her own, I handled my own, and Tony handled me, and I handled her, and it's very good. I reaped what I sowed with Tony. And so now I'm on to, because my sister's going, oh God, remember our tempers, because she still has it, she doesn't work on it. Are you going to get that way again? I said, nope, because I've already worked on that. It's an issue. It has nothing to do with hormones. This is what I mean. We're all individuals. Look at yourself. If you're the kind of person that responds to life with the glass half empty, you don't like yourself even though you're feeling good and confident with the gender that you're seeing because it matches the gender inside. Testosterone is not a miracle drug, people. If you've got issues prior, you're going to have them after. Whether you allow them to intensify because you're maybe think that you have the right, because males are known to be fighters, or males are known to be, more escalated. It's wrong. This is my personal opinion. But listen, if you're getting defensive, just listen, hear me out. Because in life we have one journey. What is the end of your journey, your goal? Let me tell you about mine. Every night that I lay my head down at night, I basically want to know that I did everything I could to be the best I could be that day. And if I screwed up, if I tried to fix a problem, or if I lectured someone, I just prayed that I would work on that and be better the next time. The end of the journey is when I'm gone from this earth, that my memory will be that I was a good person, that I treated people fairly and equally. And when I did get mad, I didn't road rage on them. I didn't fly off the handle on them. You step back when you're mad and you process the situation. If it's a person that you cannot change, why would you even give them the time of day of your emotion? Just shake your head. If you got to do something, just shake your head and walk away from it. That's what I've learned to do. I just keep my mouth shut now. It's hard. Believe me, you see I like to talk on these videos. It's hard. But I really do try to stay out of my niece's business. They were raised so close to me that it was just natural for me to be in their business. But now they're all grown and have kids of their own. And that the cycle of life is where I step back and let them take care of their mom, my sister, and her husband, and let that family unit grow out on this branch and become another beautiful part of the tree. So analyze yourself, process yourself. If you're depressed, find out, if you already know why down deep, work on it. If it's one little step at a time. If you don't try to make your life better, you're going to be a miserable person, and you're going to die miserable, and no one else can make you happy but you. Testosterone brings us confidence, it brings self-esteem, it brings security, especially in me, because why? When I look in the mirror, I finally see Ethan on the outside. Ethan's always been in these eyes, looking in the mirror, never on the outside. And now everyone sees Ethan. And now, so I'm going through another pathway on my journey, and I'm carrying everything with me as an individual. And the issues I still have, I work on. And the ones I resolve, I let go. They're behind me. So just think, guys. Be careful. Analyze your life. It's okay to talk when you're depressed. I'm just saying, don't be a victim in life. Don't be a martyr. Don't blame others. And don't blame the tea. We'll talk to you later. One day at a time. Make your journey as simple as possible. See ya.